Hello, everybody, and welcome to Top 5 New Comics for January 4th and 5th of 2021. I'm, as always, Chris, and by YouTube Law, remember to subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, comment down below. It's always appreciated, and I thank you for it. Let's get on to our Top 5 comics this week. How about it? Let's do it. Starting with Batman 199. Sorry, Batman 119. Getting ahead of myself here. This is written by Joshua Williamson with art by Art-Karl Kerchl. I really like that first issue that Williamson and Kerchl did together. I was actually it's funny going into a Batman book and being just thrilled by the colors. If you read that issue, Gotham is celebrating, so a lot of fireworks in the background. It's a very different look at Gotham and Batman, all this. And then leads into a story with Batman Incorporated, which I'm always a sucker for, being a big Grant Morrison fan, especially of that run on Batman. And we leave with a interesting ending. So I'll say first time in a while that the core Batman book has really drawn me in. I mean, it's only one issue, but we'll see how it goes. Really love Williamson's work. I'm hoping for a good series on this one. It's going to be good. Going to be good indeed. After that, we've got Dark Knights of Steel, number 3. This is written by Tom Taylor with art by Art-Yasmine Putri. This book is awesome. It's been 2 issues, obviously, because it's number 3, and it's just been so phenomenal. I love the world that they're creating here. This medieval universe where Superman fell from Krypton, and it's actually medieval, let's call it England. It's just kind of a generic medieval land. And all the characters are there. Batman's a knight. All the Robins work for Batman. Harley Quinn works for the L family as a jester. We got a cool scene in the dungeon. All the villains are there. King Shark, Killer Croc, so on and so forth. We've got this backdrop of the L's are kind of something's going on with them because they're vulnerable to magic. So something's happening to all the magic users in the land. It's super cool. It's so much fun. I love all the characters involved. The introduction of Kara was great. The introduction of the Amazonians was great. This is just such a phenomenal book. DC and their kind of... It's basically an Elseworlds thing again. Even though they're not calling it that, I'm going to call it that. Their Elseworlds right now are phenomenal. This and DC vs. Vampires are 2 of my favorite books every month. Phenomenal stuff. Check it out. After that, we've got Elektra, Black, White, and Blood, number 1. This is stories written by Charles Soule, Declan Shalvey, and Leonardo Romero, with art by Mark Bagley, Simon Darmin, and that's it. Oh, Leonardo Romero is also an artist. I apologize. Starters. John Romita drew the cover. Gotta love it. It's so good. If any of you have followed me for a while, listened to the podcast and so forth, big Frank Miller fan. Frank Miller wrote some of the most important comics in the history of comics. No one can deny that, but also just in my personal history too. Dark Knight Returns, probably my favorite book of all time. And I don't talk about it a ton, but his Daredevil run also, super important book, and probably one of my favorite runs too. The reason that I'm a Daredevil fan. Daredevil continues to be one of my favorite characters in comics, and because of that, Elektra. His death of Elektra was amazing stuff, some of the most important books ever, and I always check out the character when she does when something's with Elektra. Love the character. I think she's very interesting. Love what's happening with her in Daredevil right now. Chip's run And these little, we'll call them black and white anthology books are kind of cool. I checked out the Carnage one. I didn't check out the Wolverine one. I forget what the other one they did was, but they're cool. I enjoy them. To be honest, though, like I said, didn't check the Wolverine one because I'm not a Wolverine guy. Checked out the Carnage one because Donny Cates did a thing in it, and I think Jerry Duggan did a thing in it. So it's like, okay, there's creators I like, and the Venom run for Donny was going on, so let's see what's going on with that. But none of those books really resonated too much because of the characters. This one is because of the character. I love Elektra. I love seeing what she's up to. She's just a really great character. That said, too, big Charles Soule fan. Read both of his novels. I think he's a great writer. Read a bunch of his Star Wars novels. Love those. He's kind of heading the Star Wars room right now, too, and I've just been really enjoying what Star Wars is doing. I know it's not really on my top 5 ever, but I just love the Star Wars universe and comics right now. And Declan Shalvey. Declan Shalvey's a guy who's been around for a while. Does some amazing work, too. And then we got Mark Bagley art. I mean, there's good stuff here. And I'm really excited. I'm hoping that this one reaches more the level of something I really, really enjoy. But it's Elektra, so I'm going to check it out. After that, we got Thor, number 20. This is written by Donny Cates with art by Art-Nic Klein. Thor's good. Let's move on. No, we got this new story arc. I really love the first issue in the story arc, The God of Hammers. And I'm a broken record at this point, but like, big Donny fan. But when he was taking over Thor, I'm like, yeah, you're taking over one of the greatest Thor runs of all time. How's this going to work out? It's been really good so far. And this new story arc's really cool. I'm really enjoying it. Spoilers for issue 19. Hopefully you've read it. Spoilers for issue 19. But just the idea that someone's stolen Mjolnir and now is using it for evil. Like, I don't know. I'm not the biggest Thor fan on the planet. I checked out Thor because of Jason Aaron. Stuck with it because of Donny Cates. But that's something I've never seen before. And at least to this extent. To the extent that, like, this dude went in and killed a bunch of dwarves with it. And just the interplay between Thor and his father and how the stories come along. I love it. I absolutely love it. Thor's been phenomenal. Hopefully everybody's reading it. And we're going to end with a final issue. Marjorie Finnegan, Temporal Criminal, number 8. This is written by Garth Ennis with art by Art-Goran Sudzuka. So, I believe this is the final issue. I've been wrong about that in the past. Yes, 8 of 8. So yeah, it's final issue. This has been such a good book. It's Garth at his finest. When Garth's kind of able to let loose and do his thing, create his world, tell his story, and be his unfiltered British self. It's when Garth, to me, is at his best. And this just the art's not the boys. The art is still fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but it's gonna be hard to beat the great Derek Robertson. But the story and the dialogue and the interplay feels like the boys to me, and that's what keeps me coming back. It's just this great, inappropriate, bloody mess of a story, and I love it. I mean, I've said this before, but in issue 1, there's this whole thing about how do you explain how Marjorie's constantly going back in time and screwing things up? Well, they have this little machine. It's called the Unfucker, and that it just takes care of it. Bam. No, don't overcomplicate it. Don't worry about it. Just this thing exists. It does that thing. we don't need to worry about it. We can just tell a cool story, cool, fun time travel story, not to worry about all the minutia of it. I think when it comes to time travel, that's what you got to do. People try so hard to be this very serious time travel story, and it works in some cases. But I think in most cases, it just leads to complicated BS. It's like, I'm sure you all have watched Avengers Endgame. Avengers Endgame, they basically were like, okay, so this is Back to the Future rules? Okay, Back to the Future rules. Let's just tell our story. Like, that's how I look. That's how I personally think time travel should be handled for the most part, and that's how it's handled here. It's just like, this is the thing, we're doing it, move forward. And we got in this cool back and forth. I mean, you meet this character who's looks like the devil with a pot belly. So me with devil horns and red skin, basically. And you think that he's this evil dude, but then really it's this other guy who he's friends with. That's really like the Lord of Evil. And the fact that Marjorie's sister is like a temporal cop, essentially, and has been chasing her through time and all these cool things. There's these great elements to it and moments throughout the book that really just made it something really cool to me. And obviously we got one more issue to go, so we'll see if he fucks up the ending. I don't know. Maybe he does. But I have faith that he won't. If you haven't read this book so far, don't start here. Go back and read the first 7 issues, then read this. But this is just a book that's worthy of talking about again and again and again, because it's just so good. I just absolutely love it. I've had my issues, I'll say, with AWA in terms of the books they're putting out. But that's mostly AWA. They try to create this superhero universe. It just didn't work for me. Maybe someone it did. And I'm sure someone did, because they keep making them. So, but their creator-owned line is really good. And just check out what they're doing. Check this book out if you like it. Check out other stuff they're doing. I think this is the cream of the crop, personally, but they're doing some cool stuff over there. And just love this book. Garth, man. Love you, Garth. Love you. And actually, you know what? We're going to extend this video a little bit. When's the trade paperback coming out? Let's see, everybody. Trade paperback, February 9th. So, about a month. Wait a month, you'll have a trade. All right. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Remember, I have the podcast every week, Fortress Comic News. You can get on this YouTube channel, or you can get on whatever audio feed you use. And if there's an audio feed you use that you're not getting it on, or it's not on, let me know so I can look it up. But check that out. We have Skylar Partridge out this week. She just did a story in the Gotham Villains Anniversary, whatever it's called. I apologize for not remembering it. And she's done a lot of other cool stuff throughout the industry. So check that out. That interview will also be on the YouTube channel as well. So if you prefer video to audio. And I didn't even acknowledge it in the beginning. We're into 2022. I might have said 2021 at the beginning. I don't know. If I did, I'm sorry. But we're into 2022 now. And the last year of content was awesome. Things moved along really well. We had some really cool interviews. I did a bunch of these. I had a big change in my personal life. But I thank you all for watching and for giving me a great 2021 in terms of this YouTube channel. So I hope you all are enjoying it. And if you are, as I said at the top, smash the like button, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. And share with your friends if you think it's something that they would like as well. So I always appreciate it. I appreciate your time. And I hope you all have a great rest of your day.